Before we start this game, I want to throw a shout out to my sponsor, RJB, for financing and facilitating and providing me with all the resources to cast this game. And let's get the game started. So I'm here back at it again, RJB, and this is a replay between GasVulture, who's playing the blue protoss on spot number 6, against HamburgerSaSu on spot number 11, playing the yellow terran, and they're already throwing down some BM, I hope. It's always more spicy than regular friendly chat or idle chat about nothing at all. It mentions the 1 vs 1. Definitely has to be BM that they're throwing at each other. No idea what they're saying, but I like to imagine that it's hilarious stuff. Yeah, I just understand the numbers. I know the sounds of the letters though. Korean letters, I know the sounds of some of these letters. I've been learning a little bit of Korean, mostly just the alphabet. But it hasn't really helped me much, aside from knowing the sounds. So here's a 8-9 pylon from GasVulture. And hey, Def Jam logs in. He hasn't been online in a while. That's the same online. Hope you have some fun, my friend. There's a barracks, a depot. Another barracks gonna come down right next to the other one. And this one is going to scout the middle. So HamburgerSaSu is going for a 2-barrack build. I'm pretty sure he won't throw down a third one. So 2-barrack build, scouting with this one. Gonna scout the middle first, I hope. Should never know if there's going to be a mid build or not. There it goes, over the middle. Probably going to this corner. Bottom corner. Not going to the bottom corner, instead he's immediately going for spot number 9 and gonna scout counterclockwise. GasVulture started off with a nexus, followed by 2 gateways. And he follows that up with a pylon. That pylon is followed up by... just have to wait and see. Another depot. Barrack is finished, producing a marine. Second barrack almost finished, now also going to produce a marine once it is finished. Marine rallied to the choke, or it's going to scout clockwise. We just have to wait and see. Sasu scouting just the chokes because he is expecting a pylon near the choke. But GasVulture has different ideas and he's not going for a pylon near the choke. Instead, he's putting all his pylons inside his base. And after he made the 4 gateways, he added the gas. And there is another pylon, 3 pylons, a nexus, 4 gateways. Sasu now making a command center and a gas and another depot, and steadily pumping marines that he's rallying to his choke. And there's a little bit of back and forth running from this SCV. I think it has all the information he needs, so he's gonna pull that one back to his base, and these zealots are gonna assist in the scouting that the probe is already doing. Probe is going counterclockwise, this one is going clockwise, this one is just gonna stand there at the entrance and going to, I assume he's going to for this spot on spot number 9. 3rd barrack thrown down, command center almost finished, 3 SCVs mining from the gas, and there is an academy. And Sasu is now sending his units out into the middle. He likes to be aggressive. I assume he is not. Never mind. He is pulling them back. He likes to go aggressive. Partially because he's very confident in his ability to micro and macro at the same time and build his base. This SCV almost gets cut out. Sasu micros it around, either intentionally or unintentionally. And he's going for another round of scouting. His cybernetic score is almost finished. For GasVulture, he's added on an extra gas and he's making a lot of zealots from his gateways. Sasu just balling up his marines inside his choke. A bunch of zealots are gonna approach because they can't fight if they do not approach. And oh, he decides to he changes his mind immediately, and there comes the instant BM from HamburgerSaSu. He pulls back, zealots locate them in the choke. 2 medics have finished for Sasu. Now there are fire bats coming out. Marine stim almost finished. He's pumping SCVs from 2 CCs. Add another gas. Gonna throw down another bunker. And still scouting GasVulture's base. And the Marines are now gonna come out. Will GasVulture respond in time? GasVulture responds in time and pulls away his zealots, but he loses more than half HP on a single zealot. But he has a bunch of zealots standing in his choke. But will these zealots be enough to fight off these marines and the fire bats and the 3 medics that will continuously heal the stimp marines and fire bats? He pulls out, he sends out some He pulls his units back into his base. He's a single Dragoon out, and he is producing 4 more Dragoons. Dragoon range is... I assume his Dragoon range has finished, I'm not sure. And now he is counter-attacking as Sasu stims his Marines in, but immediately pulls back as he wants to micro the Zealots, and the Zealots are now retreating. And the Dragoons are getting fired down, focused down. He micros the Dragoons back. Sasu micros his Marines back to regroup with another bunch of other Marines. And instead of fighting, he's going to take down the pylon, but now he's also attacking again and taking a bunch of help away from the Zealots and Dragoons. But there's now a cannon in HamburgerSaSu in GasVulture space. There's a Citadel of Dune, which is upgrading Zealot lags, and he's making a Templar's Archive, throwing down another cannon. Meanwhile, Sasu has started a factory and an engineering bay, still pumping out a lot of Marines, although he has a little bit of overmind. He's now focusing down the Citadel of Dune. He's going to take down the Templar's Archive too. GasVulture is now sending his units out past his gateways, and he's going to try to go for a surround and catch Sasu's units out. Yes, he's now sending them in. Sasu has done a lot of damage though. He has stopped Citadel of Dune's Zealot lag upgrade, stopped the Templar's Archive. Now his units are trapped between the gas and the Zealots and the Dragoons. The Dragoons and Zealots now taking down the Marines. The Marines are dying very quickly, and the Marines do take down a lot of Zealots and a couple of Dragoons. But the Marines are now dying, but although they have fought valiantly and dealt a lot of damage to GasVulture as they've taken down Templar's Archive, Citadel of Dune, and a Forge. In response, GasVulture decides to throw down a lot of gateways because he has a bit of overmind from losing his tech, and now he's made the Citadel of Dune has been finished. He started the Zealot lags again, and he's making a Templar's Archive again. But in the meantime, HamburgerSaSu has finished his choke. 2 depots and 2 bunkers behind it. He is slowly expanding his base now, added on a second factory and a third CC. And GasVulture scouts the choke, pulls back his Zealot, doesn't want to lose it. More Zealots balling up in front of Sasu's choke. He's not going to attack, because that would, or might cost him those units, because he wouldn't be able to damage this all that much. He just 8 Zealots against way over 20 Marines, and a tank, 2 tanks in fact. And another factory throw down, 4th factory, 5th factory, starport finishes. More SCVs being produced. GasVulture now has 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 gateways, and he has not started his drop tack yet. He's just adding cannons around his main, probably expecting a tank drop from Sasu, but Sasu has not started the tank drop yet. He has added a control tower to a starport though, and is making a science facility. Factories are finishing up. He's just steadily building his base, knowing that GasVulture's attack has been delayed and cannot attack just yet. GasVulture, although, now does have a lot of supply. In fact, that's the correct saying. 2 robotic facilities, 1 robotic facility has been finished. Storm upgrade is on the way, weapon upgrade, armor upgrade. But for Sasu, he is making infantry upgrade and Zealot speed, Vulture speed and Vulture mines. More tanks being produced. He's going to produce a bunch of Vultures too, I presume. Armory finished. He's now making tank weapon upgrade. Sonic Storm is finishing up. Gonna load the Templar up into that. Does he have a Templar yet? There's a Templar on the middle, right there. He's gonna make more Templars and load them up into the shuttle, or he's gonna use the shuttle to drop units over the wall off the choke. I'm not too sure. More factories thrown down for the HamburgerSaSu. He's now gonna fly this engineering bay for extended vision over the hills. Started to make turrets on the sides. His Marines situated in his base to intercept drops when a drop does fly in. And EMP upgrade being produced, a vessel being produced. And he's slowly adding more refineries, more gas, a lot of SCVs still being pumped out. GasVulture now using Dragoon range to take down the depots, but Sasu responds immediately, unsieges his tanks, and sieges his tank a little bit closer to the bunker so he can... Oh, he still can't take down... Yes, there he is, he can take down Dragoons now. This Dragoon is also inside the range of the tanks. And now GasVulture is in a very nasty situation where he is going to be forced to sacrifice a lot of zealots to take down these bunkers. But the zealots will get assistance from splash damage, and he flies a couple of shuttles over the wall, drops zealots on top of the tanks. These tanks are dealing a lot of damage to GasVulture's units. But a bunch of GasVulture's units do get through, but they barely deal any damage to the tanks of SaSu. So SaSu is now on the supply deficit, because he lost 3 depots at his choke. But he is here adding more. He's going to add more depots in a little bit. He's finished 3 armories, and he is pretty big. GasVulture, having lost almost all of his mass, is now on 140 psi, and I don't think he has the amount of depots yet, gateways yet, to immediately replenish his psi count. And SaSu is just sending out his entire mass, which is way too much for GasVulture to deal with as of yet. And a lot of GasVulture's psi is still inside the gateways. So SaSu has the opportunity to set up his tanks, throw out a bunch of mines, and slowly set up a tank line that he will be able to push in with. And he just decides to push in, stim his marines, the marines killing a lot of zealots, the marines killing the tanks, killing the robotic facilities, marines assisting in taking down robotic facilities. A bunch of zealots get pulled into the mass from not being put on hold position, and GasVulture spreading his units out across his base. He's going to try to go for the flank, but will he be able to pull off the flank? His armor with almost finishing, 17 zealots inside the gateways about to finish. And either GasVulture will have to fight off this mass, this one counterattack, and the flank that he has inside his base, or he will die in the next minute or so. EMP gets thrown out on a bunch of Templars. SaSu throws down the BM, and GasVulture attacks. A lot of GasVulture units are dying to tank range before they can even hit the Marines, and GasVulture's mass has been completely cleaned out by stim and tank range splash damage. And now he's saying something. I assume he's going to tap out and say, oh, GG, you played so well, my friend. Nope, he throws down the BM. SaSu responds with BM, so I presume, and SaSu wins this game really quickly by just being way better than GasVulture is, I assume. This is basically why I assume people don't do this build, because this is basically what Terran has to do to win this. Not the smartest build from GasVulture, and really well responded by HamburgerSaSu. Also really great target selection and micro from HamburgerSaSu on the counterattack at the start. And the counterattack here at the end. He just doesn't hesitate. He immediately sends his units out, because he knows how big GasVulture's base is, and he knows how many units GasVulture will have out in his base and out of his base, and how long it takes for him to replenish his mass. As he lost, I think, about 110 in supply on that attack, and HamburgerSaSu pulls out the easy, very easy win over GasVulture. Thanks for watching, and see you the next time.